Okay. Thanks for sparing your 5 minutes with the team. I'm going to be continuing our recurring session. As you guys are aware, as today's agenda remains the same. But as you guys are aware, today is November 5th, A2SV. So, yes, with the little people we have, let's it's been 5 years since A2SV, the Africa Silicon Valley was formed. I mean, wait, I shouldn't have said that. Since he visited this country, let's say. But yeah, he brought something very like something that's really beautiful to this country. Most of us were actually not aware that there was like a very huge celebrate the 5th year anniversary. But I just thought something that we should. So one more time, happy 5th birthday. Let's give a beautiful round of applause. Personal wins for the day. Organizational updates. I believe I have Brooke Zodu for that. Brooke, are you joining us?
If you've zero, it's been 5 years officially. Um, yeah, yeah. All right. So for the organizational updates. All right. So for the organizational updates, delivered by me. We attended Founders Live last weekend on Saturday. So they have a nice setup for startups to pitch their expansion proposals. So we're expansion proposals. So we're working on those and refining them. Not only country-based proposals, working on those and refining them. Not only country-based proposals, but also organization-specific proposals, proposals for Bloomberg, Google, Microsoft, etc. Yeah, and as Henry is visiting the UK, Ghana, and now with the US, we are handing out these proposals left and right. We'll see which ones materialize. Hopefully, maybe. Right, this one personally is what took toll on us, the Ethiopian business license. We just heard that numbers are not allowed in a business name. We were trying to call it A2SV incubator. So now we have to restart the whole process. And they didn't say anything up until this point. But now they said we have to start from the name all over again, which is a very tiresome process. But yeah, it is what it is. We'll try to go at it next week as well. So Emre visited Ghana. Now he is in US. He also visited the Bay Area, made some connections, had some meetings. If he was here, he would give you more details, but yeah, those happen. And we have our new escalate hire to a VC company. And after seeing him for a month, they wanted each of its employees so that they can donate to a cause that they want to. So if we reach out to 1,000 Googlers and convince them to donate to A2C, that's going to be 500,000, I believe, right? 500 times 1,000, $500,000. And we can do more because there are a lot of, Google has a lot of employees. Well, as for the external meetings, next week there is a meeting happening between IIT and the IIT. We will see if there is a room for collaboration. And from my end, through a contact called Sushma Tafarra, which works at site in the US, we were introduced to Ines from World Economic Forum and Haila Malakut, which is the country director for SIPE. SIPE stands for Central International Private Enterprise. They work with the World Economic Forum. They're mostly focused on trade and transportation. But the World Economic Forum hosts a yearly hackathon.
The list for Bloomberg because they are asking for some candidates, and from the students that pass the internal interviews, we'll be candidates, and from the students that pass the internal interviews, we'll be sending a few names for internship and full-time positions for the UG5 students.
Development track. It went well. Students develop development track. It went well. Students develop some amazing boats, and it's still continuing. We started our bi-weekly one-on-ones for the secondary education. We've also finalized payment for the physical space we're using. And then we finalized our development plan for the remaining session, like the secondary education until the end of the semester. So plans for the next week, WhatsApp bot development is going to continue. They have their last project to submit. There will be a short presentation for a capstone project on the bot development. And then we're planning to finalize that by mid next week. And then after that, we'll resume development for Terra. So this is basically it for Ghana education.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Marty. All right, for remote education, I believe we have Blaine joining us physically. Blaine.
Okay. So for remote education, this last week we finalized Generation 5 remote education Camp 2, and also this also concluded the DSA, or the first year part of education. And we conducted internal interviews. We had around 3 internal interviews, and we're going to have 2 more tonight. And we had a break for the students, even though there was internal interview, there was no session or yeah, it was a break. And we were planning to finalize the G6 recruitment, but it's still in progress. It's not completed. And for the plans, we're going to continue the internal interview. There are still some scheduled interviews, and we're trying to make the other students have the interviews as well. And we're going to reach out and update the G6 applicants. It's been a while since they have applied, and they have gone through the process.
Topics for the community education students. So as you guys know, I think I've already given you the in-person education updates. The G6 recruitment can week of the revision will be held next week, and also we will be having a follow-up on G6 recruitment. Yeah, these are the updates. To prepare for our Coref promotions. To prepare for our Coref promotions. So I'm preparing some promotional materials. I'm not really sure how. I'm preparing some promotional materials. I'm not really sure how the teams themselves are deciding to tackle this, but from the social are deciding to tackle this. But from the social media teams side, I guess we need to be giving them the tools that they can use to produce. We need to be giving them the tools that they can use to produce um, um, engagement and reach more people. And the third point is capturing and sharing Africa Celebrates and Africa Youth Forum, which we personally had a privilege of attending this event with Brooke, the two Brooks and Belen. We managed to capture what was happening in the moment. Brooke gave a beautiful speech, and we announced goal and
we working on we discussed many working before design the create develop schemes and we have the same value. The other box. And the last one, we continue working on social media posts. And the plans for the next week, we will continue working on social media. We'll be working on the product launch documents and we will refine the financial plans for each projects. And we will be submitting proposals to banks. And the last one, we will be continue working on go-to-market strategies. Okay, Ignacio.
So for Bazaar, our wins are we have finalized the business detail page and the holistic search functionality. And we have also implemented the public view and the authorization for user profile and onboarding page redesign for mobile is also finalized. For next week, we are going to implement ad service functionality and we're going to also finalize the dashboard product and service sections. We're also going to implement video upload feature for ad products and drive image upload for the user profile feature.
Should have used the mic for some. Oh. Abby for Escalate.
Okay. So for Escalate Wins, we have finalized the design for Escalate's landing page and project outsourcing service page. We've also reviewed and updated designs. We've been able to implement the updated landing page and outsourcing service page, as well as integrate it with the mobile app. We've also conducted initial discussions with a client requesting project development service. We've prepared user stories for the client and operator account. And we've also started the third round reach outs for Escalate candidates, which have under 95% profile completion. For the plans next week, we are planning to implement the talent outsourcing service page and remaining contract forms, conduct design review sessions with seniors, review user stories, address feedbacks, and start writing detailed user stories for the client account. Finalize the third round outreach and prepare a document with the list of stacks for developer assessment.
Thank you, Abigail. Yeah, let's have Kananisa for time.
All right. So for Dime, we were planning to visit Abyssinia Bank last week. That didn't happen because we were doing proposal reviews. So it was being reviewed by Emre and Akash. They gave us some comments. We were addressing those this week. We're also doing interviews. So we were conducting interviews with diasporas. We were working on an external API for conversion rates to update it daily. We're preparing uh, a profile for Dashin Bank, and we're also working on developing our company profile. So different positions within the company, uh, descriptions and stuff like that. Recipient account management on the backend was completed this week, and we're also creating social media content. For next week, we'll be conducting more interviews. So, like we did this week, we'll be conducting more interviews. Uh, we'll be completing our backend API implementation. So, most of the things are completed. We just need to expose some data through our APIs. We'll be doing that. For the mobile, we'll be integrating exchange rate, currency, and bank APIs. And we'll be finalizing the proposal for Bank of Abyssinia. We'll also be making some social media posts. Thank you.
Thanks, Kanisa. For core dev, نساوي بسرعة I guess for adults.
So this week we had a review session for the period tracker feature and we are fixing bugs. We continued the implementation of the hospital admin management. We finalized the entire population for pregnancy and period, and we also finalized adding notification systems for the period tracker. We were conducting some MCHs and we scheduled for an in-person visit. So for next week's, we are planning to research on how to do personalization for Ados Mother app, and we are planning to have an in-person visit for the remaining MCHs, and we will finalize the period tracker bug fix. Then we will start implementation for Edit Calculator UI, and we'll continue implementation for hospital admin management. Thank you.
Thank you. Who are we having for skill bridge? Libby?
For Skill Bridge, premium features UI has been completed and integrated with the backend dashboard. For custom context, also there is updates. So previously, the users were not able to choose their grade. For example, if you are grade 9, sometimes the context might give you a grade 12 question. So that's handled. So for the web, we have finalized the context feature. The homepage UI has not been done. We'll act on it next week. The exam page integration is completed, and video and bookmark page also completed. For the backend, we are doing performance tests, and payment integration or on mobile is completed. For the next week, we will continue on learning paths implementation, and we will test the premium features.
since we have a demo, we'll also clean up the UI on the website, and we'll test the contest feature and the exam flows. We have many exam flows, so we'll also test all of them, and we'll finalize the performance tests. Yeah. Yes. Any question?
Thank you. So AfroChat's representatives from AfroChat is Murad.
All right. Like this. Okay. So for AfroChat, this week we finished the coin deduction system and we finalized payment URLs. The other one, we have done migration from V1 into V2 database. And finally, we we are currently doing the homepage redesign because we haven't finished like the design early on. So for the next week, we are going to finish the homepage redesign. For the next week, we'll do, as we mentioned earlier, the homepage and integration tests for both web and mobile. Thank you.
Okay, up next is Akil. Who do we have for Akil? Mahish, did you see that or the way Murad? Okay.
We haven't yet met with our Chiriso representative. Hopefully, we'll do it next week. Finish importing users from Excel files. It's been done on the backend, but it's not completed from the website because we're missing some team members due to breaks. We finished integrating payment with the front end. It's been done from the backend last week. Payment management on the admin side, it's also been done. Bug fixes on web and mobile, and inside page endpoints, organization pages from the backend. So it's been done. So next week we'll start testing the backend, implement in
The web application, and we'll also start caching specifically the restaurant detail, profile, restaurant menu, and we will finalize general statistic endpoint about pre-ordering, and we'll also start working on the messaging endpoints. So this is progressive. Thank you.
Thank you, Nati. Yes, I guess that marks the end of our session for today. I was hoping Emre would join us by the end of this session, since he's not here and none of the Brooks are with us. Let's just jump into the quote of the day. Again, this quote is selected due to celebrating the 50th anniversary for A2SV. Perseverance doesn't always mean winning and losing. Perseverance means showing up and rising to the occasion and performing. So yeah, A2SV has been through different ups and downs, even now as we're speaking. But yeah, perseverance is really matters. It's a quote from Michael Chisa. Yeah, so again, happy birthday to A2SV, and this marks the end of our weekly win session for November 15th. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. Thank you.